Thank you for tuning in to another episode of WGC Fits. Today we're going to be going over the Srixon driver lineup. So we're going to start off here with the ZX5. So this is the kind of slightly bigger one, right? A little more helpful, more game improvement window.
More forgiving.
Much more forgiving across the board, yeah. And pretty good driver, right? In all honesty, in that game improvement window and that kind of forgiving window, it's not crazy in terms of like super draw bias or so super high spin or anything like that. Yeah. So pretty good model for us. Go ahead and hit a couple.
These had a good showing in the driver bracket.
They did. Both the Srixon windows had a good showing in there. It's a solid club, man. It really is. Let's hit some and let's get some feedback, Mr. Ian.
Well, first off, looks good. Mm-hmm. I always like a matte driver.
Me too. Big fan.
Oh, one and done.
Well, ball speed is good. Ball flight is good. She's pretty good. Okay.
All right, what's the next driver?
You want to get this one?
That was really good.
That was silly good.
I'll take a pole. That's fine.
Here's what I like. For a guy swinging 120 miles an hour in a driver that's going to spin more, right?
Which that is more.
You are not going crazy with spin though,
no.
Right? I can build you a driver in there that's going to be a competitor to this that's going to spin at 3,500 all day.
Yeah.
You know? So this is pretty solid for you. That's what I like about this one is the Srixon drivers, they don't get out of control with spin.
More control.
You're good.
Yeah.
Just good launch characteristics.
I mean, it sounds good.
They've got some horsepower.
Well, pretty point and shoot, I'd say.
You sure you're not having second thoughts about the driver bracket?
Well, there's a miss.
Ain't that bad.
Is that going to be spinny?
Well, if any of these are going to spin, it's
that
one.
one really short.
Not super short.
Well, short of the tree.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I didn't realize we had such high standards. Not bad though, right? We're going to do...
I mean, you take out that last one.
Right, and that last one, like I said, that's actually not...
That's not terrible.
All that bad. We're going to go with the ZX5 LS next.
Which was the dark horse of the driver bracket.
This is a good club. This is one that I truly am a really big fan of.
All right, so ZX5 LS.
ZX5 LS.
Wait, Mark II LS.
Correct.
Same shaft.
Same shaft.
So we should see the spin drop.
Well, this is going to be the low spin driver for them, right? This is a high launch, low spin driver. This is something that's become quite popular the past couple of years. What it is it's a pretty easy to hit driver that doesn't sacrifice distance. So that's why it's such a good category. And there we go.
I like the lower.
Lower ball flight, moving forward quite quickly.
It's still gonna, that's right about what it is.
Yep, 1,800 spin, 340, right down the middle. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. Feels good too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one was the dark horse. There's my fade. Love it.
182 ball speed.
I just faded it, so that's fine.
It's okay. Yep. It also got a little bit of a different sound than the standard ZX5.
Yes.
I kind of like the sound of this one a little bit better. It's a little more muted.
I like muted too, for how hard I hit it. Banana peel a cut out there. Just peeling it. That was perfect.
That was really good. That's the exact shot you're looking for out of this club.
Yeah.
Go on, let's go one more in. So what do you think? You noticing a little bit of a difference in the visually what the windows look like between these two?
This is much lower. Mm-hmm. What, only like a degree though, right?
Well, it visually looks a lot flatter of a ball flight.
Which I like.
You know, yeah.
But I'll take that fade right there all day.
Fastest ball speed yet. 183.5.
I heard it hit a tree.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Bang!
No complaints there, right?
Does this one have a fade bias though? Or is it slightly set open?
I would say that visually it's hard to really tell, but I think internally, if we're going to call the ZX5 neutral to slightly draw, I'm going to call that one neutral to slightly fade.
Yeah, because this one I pulled the regular one, or the non-LS version.
And like I said, I wouldn't say that it's biased towards one or the other. They're both relatively neutral, but this one is going to favor ever so slightly more of a fade, where I would say that internally the other one, the standard one, is going to ever so slightly favor a draw. And that's just from using them in fittings. That seems to be a thing, you know?
Yeah.
When all set up neutral. This is the ZX7. A little bit of an interesting window here for the guy who's trying to shape the ball a little bit, right?
Yeah.
ZX7 is going to be a lower spin one, but it can be one where you manipulate spin quite a bit.
It looks
That could
smaller.
be a good thing. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller footprint for sure. The whole shape is a little bit more compact. Think a little bit more like old school driver shapes from 10, 15 years ago, you know? More pear-shaped, I guess is a weird word you can use. See what you think on this one. This is a good one.
10, 15 years ago, I had a square driver, so.
Ooh. Those were not good.
No.
Nobody likes a square driver.
I still have it.
Was it the Nike one or the Callaway one?
Callaway.
The Callaway one? Oof. Don't like square.
Why the two weights on the sides instead?
Because we're trying to be able to, again, really shape a flight really specifically for a player.
Okay.
Right? So when a guy comes in and says, you know, a better player comes in and says, I'm really looking to kind of help get this, you know, slight baby draw dialed in, that's when we can start playing with that kind of stuff to really help dial it.
It sits open, just a smidge.
This is going to be a hair fade bias neutrally, yeah.
I like it. Well, let's see.
Or naturally, I should say.
Well, that was a heel strike.
And again, heel strike out of a club that is really for the guy who wants to see the ball work like that.
Can you get rid of the other one?
I forgot the other one.
Sorry, the weight was in the wrong spot on the first one, ladies and gentlemen. And we duck hooked it.
We had to adjust it, yes. Because Ian's never a weight in the heel guy.
No. There we go.
That's better. Now this one's going to have a different sound as well.
Yeah.
It's also going to feel a lot different. But that was a decent ball. 2800, 321, nice and flat, little baby cut.
That's what we like. Is it spinning a little too much?
It is, but that's one of the things, right? Like, I don't know if you're a 7 guy.
Yeah.
Right? I think you're more of a 5LS guy.
Yeah.
The thing about a club like this is if your spin loft can be quite controlled at impact, then this can be a good thing, right? Like I said, this is really for the guy who's playing with spin off the tee, right? Okay. And I don't think you're a guy who plays with spin off the tee that much.
Not at all. Like that one, I controlled that.
Mm-hmm. This is the best way I can describe this club is it's very responsive to what you're doing. Yeah. This is often like a blade iron, you know?
I don't need that in a driver, but.
You don't even play it in iron.
Yeah. All right, one more. We'll hit one more.
One more. Give me a good one.
Yep, pole. Perfect. Was that lower? Actually, was that lower than the
Yeah, this is a lower, flatter ball flight, yep. Lower launch, everything. So, Srixon lineup. Let's take a look here at what it all looks like. Now we can see the ZX5 LS is pretty solid. And again, that's probably the one we'd be looking at for him. The ZX5, a little bit shy of that. And the 7, you know, not bad. Just you gotta know what you're getting into.
The 2 I missed, I just missed.
Yeah, you just gotta know. Like I said, you gotta know what you're getting into, right?
I'm curious about the height stuff.
Well, the height is interesting because on the 7 you're at 91.
Yeah.
On the LS you're at 108.
Which is what I like.
And then on the standard ZX5 you're at 133. Yeah. You know, so we can see all the tech that they're doing, right? It shows throughout in terms of what the clubs are. Yeah. You got their lowest spin with the LS. You've got kind of a mid-spin window with the ZX7. Your smash is really good. Your swing speed's really good. Your ball speed's really good across the whole setup, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, your standard deviations aren't that much different.
Yeah.
But it's how they're getting there, right?
Correct.
And the level of control that you have, you know? They're all good clubs, you know?
I like them all.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's definitely something that is worth kind of coming out and testing. If you guys are interested in coming and testing the new Srixon driver lineup, along with the irons that we did in the last video, come and see us. We'll get you hooked up. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of WGC Fits, and we will see you next time.